Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Dario. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you have a like on this video and subscribe. And today, we have my New York Giants 2022 season outlook. I did the random wheel spin, and I got the Giants. Now, the Giants, they had a pretty up and down offseason. Free agency was rough for them. They didn't make many big moves in free agency, but they were definitely one of the big winners of the draft. They have a brand new head coach, a brand new GM. So let's just get right into it. Now, we're going to go over what the Giants lost. Now, the Giants lost quite a bit. On this piece of paper, I have Jabril Peppers. He signed a one-year deal with the Patriots. Will Hernandez, a guard, he signed a one-year deal with the Cardinals. Evan Ingram, the famous Evan Ingram, their starting tight end, left for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then the big one, their starting corner, their number one corner, James Bradbury, a Pro Bowler. They cut him, and he went to division rival Philadelphia. Now, that's a lot to lose. You lost your starting guard, but he was their starting guard for most of the season. Then he got benched. Jabril Peppers is a pretty good player. James Bradbury is a really good player. And then Evan Ingram, he had his struggles, but he was a Pro Bowler. He was a Pro Bowler. And then they fired head coach Joe Judge. He was awful. Great move. He really didn't know how to coach an NFL team. He was a part of the Bill Belichick system. That's probably why he was hired, because NFL franchises think people in the Bill Belichick system will work. He didn't work. He went back to New England, and they hired Brian Daboll, who's been one of my favorite assistant coaches in the NFL. He's one of the main reasons why Josh Allen is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. When Brian Daboll got there, he changed Josh Allen. He really helped change the Buffalo Bills. Now he'll try to help this New York Giants team. They also lost GM Dave Gettleman. He just retired, and they hired another Buffalo Bills guy. They hired Joe, I think it's Schoen or something. Shen, I'm probably saying it wrong, but they hired Joe Shen, who was the assistant GM for Brandon Beane in Buffalo. Love that move. Just bring in people from a successful organization, and Buffalo has been a really successful organization over the past couple of years. Now, let's see what they added. Now, as I said, the Giants were big losers in free agency, but they were big winners in the draft. They drafted Evan Neal, one of the best offensive tackles we've seen in the past couple of years in the draft. They drafted Kayvon Thibodeau, who was mocked as the number one player in this draft for months and months. He fell to number 5 to them. They drafted speedy wide receiver Wandale Moore. They signed quarterback Tyrod Taylor. They signed Matt Breida, and they signed Ricky Seals-Jones. They didn't do much of free agency, but I really like the Tyrod Taylor signing. It will bring some competitiveness and some insurance for Daniel Jones, who's entering a make or break year. Daniel Jones has to perform this year. No matter what happens, if he doesn't perform this year, he's out. And that we know that because they declined his fifth-year option. They picked up Dexter Lawrence, the defensive tackle's fifth-year option, so I like that. But Daniel Jones isn't a make or break year guy. Guys, he really, really needs to play well this year. We'll see if he does. He has some pieces. He has Darius Slayton. He has Sterling Shepard. As I said, they just drafted Wandale Robinson. So there shouldn't be any excuses for Daniel Jones. They had Kenny Golladay. He'll be healthy this year. Hopefully Saquon Barkley should be healthy. So Daniel Jones really needs to perform. Now, my record prediction for this New York Giants team. They went 4-13 last year. They were last in the NFC East. I have that once again. I think they'll be last in the NFC East. I have a 6-11 New York Giants team. They're better this year, but they won't be much better. I think Daniel Jones is his last year as the Giants quarterback, starting quarterback. It might be one of his last years starting in the NFL, but I don't see much improvement from the New York Giants this year. I think it's a step in the right direction, but they will be looking for a new quarterback next year. But it's a step in the right direction, at least. It's a step in the right direction for a franchise that really hasn't done much since they won the Super Bowl in 2012. So thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.